early Tuesday morning. He was arrested at Zuccotti Park. He was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, then held in a police van alone, handcuffed outside one police plaza for 2 hours.
Councilmember Rodriguez's arrest came just a week after he had helped organize a march from his district in Washington Heights, 11 miles from a largely immigrant community, to occupy Wall Street. Ydonis Rodriguez joined us in our studio on Thursday to describe what happened.
My plan from the beginning was to be there as an observer. As an elected official, I believe that I have the right to observe a situation where I believe that we need to protect the First Amendment of our citizens, especially representing a community as Washington Heights, Northern Manhattan, where many members have been involved in the Occupy movement. So,
and 2 days before, you had led an 11-mile march from Washington Heights.
It was like 2 weeks, two weeks before. 1 or 2 weeks before. We did together with Senator Espaillat, Assemblyman Linares, all the elected officials, all the labor movement. We walked from Northern Manhattan to Wallstreet because we wanted to bring more Black and Latino participants to that movement, because we believe that this movement is not only for the college student, this movement is only for the unemployment, it's for the working class, it's for the middle class. But one more time, this mayor is showing that he's disconnected.
But so you have no doubt that when you were there and the officers who arrested you, that they knew who you were? Did you identify yourself at all as a council member?
I did. A block before I was arrested, there was a large number of demonstrators, and I saw a potential conflict that could happen. And what I did, I moved to the east side of Broadway, where there was not any demonstrations going on, any rally. It was when I walked to the next block, 2 blocks before the park. I believe it was 2 blocks. I'm not too sure, and it was 2 or 3. That's where I was stopped. I said, I'm Councilman Rodriguez. I would like to keep going, walking to the park. I was pushed back, and I was thrown on the floor. A police officer came from the middle of the street. He jumped on top of me, and he twisted my arm and all those type of things.
How big was he?
It was heavy.
He jumped on top of you. Did you say, I am a city council member?
Yeah, I did. Even when I was down on the ground and he was mashing my face against the ground, I say, like, I'm a Councilmember Rodriguez. Again, I don't want to use a title. I don't want to be treated just because I'm a council member. I believe that we need to protect the rights that we have as citizens. And it was my concern. However, as elected officials, I know that I have also the right to observe a situation where I would not need it. I was planning, I would never plan to interfere on the work of the police officer. They need to do the work. I have been arrested in the past. I have participated in a number of civil disobedience, in the Vieques issue, in the Shamble, in a number of occasions. However, those times I decided to be arrested. I know that I was doing something that could cause my arrest. This particular occasion, it was not only my case, it was a number of people arrested in a way that the NYPD didn't have to do it.
And explain what happened in the van when you said all of these other detainees were taken out of the van. This is in the middle of the night, of this police van that you're in.
In the morning, yeah.
And you're handcuffed. You were handcuffed in this van.
Very tight. And
you're held alone there, and Juan wrote about it in the New York Daily News. You're held alone there for 2 hours in this van?
Yes. Without, I mean, for me, and not only I was, at that point, again, my concern, and this is my role as a parent, is a completely different experience. If I would be arrested like 10 years ago, 7 years ago, I would not have that concern. But now as a parent, my concern was, no, how long I'm going to be arrested was. I was reminded by my wife, you need to be at this meeting because this is important for our daughter. So my concern, when an hour passed, I spoke to the officer who was close to the van and said, can I speak? I'm Councilmember Rodriguez. Can I speak to a supervisor? And they say, you will speak later on. Something, I'm not sure about the quoting, but it was more later on, not right now.
Was it explained why you were held for that amount of time and kept from even speaking to an attorney for more than 12 hours?
Not at all.
And you were bleeding from your head?
Neither any moment they gave me the reason why I was arrested. Most of the individuals that were inside with me, they were already, when after they took the fingerprint, they were given the information. We've been arrested for, but I was anonymous.
You're held until 8 o'clock that night. The next day at noon, you hold a news conference. Christine Quinn, leader of the New York City Council, writes a letter demanding an explanation of how overall the protesters are being treated. Is this correct? And also raising serious questions about her colleague, you, Ydonis Rodriguez.
Well, she also told me that her office called deputy mayors, not the day after, the day when that happened. During that morning, she told me that a number of phone calls from her office was made to the deputy mayor, to Commissioner Kelly, and I mean, things happened the way it did. However, I just want to take this 10 seconds opportunity to invite New Yorkers to join the protest today, because this movement is not about a council member being arrested or a media person being arrested. It's about a frustration of the working class and the middle class who say we are fed up. We cannot take it no more. Enough is enough. I've been supporting, I've been encouraging my members of my community, and I call everyone to join the protest at different level. Those who can be arrested, do it. Those that only can be there as a participant and be with the protesters, but send a message to the wealthy community that they can increase the level of contribution to the finance of this society. Because if they don't, we will see more Black and Latino going to jail. We'll see more working class and middle class without opportunity to receive a quality education or getting good jobs in this society.
New York City Councilmember Ydonis Rodriguez describing his arrest as he attempted to observe the surprise police raid early Tuesday morning on Zuccotti Park. Last night, Rodriguez was front and center during the march on the Brooklyn Bridge as tens of thousands streamed in an endless sea of people. Words and light appeared projected onto several downtown buildings.
My name is Taylor K. This is Rosanna S. And we are projecting onto City Hall with mobile video projection units. Right now we're projecting 99% and occupied together right across the front of the building.
How does this fit into the idea of occupying public space and putting your message out?
Fits perfectly in. Sometimes you just gotta claim the space that's available, seeing that these are ephemeral lights that we're just shining onto the building. Nobody can really claim it as ownership. And it's not really graffiti because it'll move, but it still has the same impact to the fact that we can put our message, communicate with our people right on the canvas that we've been given, which happens to be City Hall.
Among the buildings where the projections were sent was the iconic Verizon building nearby. This is a Democracy Now! Special, Voices of the 99%, as we continue with a world premiere of Ry Cooder's song.